to answer that other than to say, I don't think it really affects Luke Altmaier. I mean, if you look at college football recruiting when it is done well over the course of the last lot of years, there's usually a quarterback in every signing class. And even before the transfer portal, you sometimes lost quarterbacks if they were in your system for 2 or 3 or 4 years without playing. They would transfer and go try and play somewhere else. Maybe they had to sit out a year, maybe not. Sometimes that works out, sometimes it doesn't. But just because a guy going into his second year has not been anointed the starter to follow Matt Corral doesn't mean that he can't play, doesn't mean that he's not good, doesn't mean that Ole Miss's coaching staff doesn't believe he's got a future. I don't think any of those things are true. But I do think they need somebody with some experience to, in the event that Luke Altmaier wins the starting job, have a capable backup. And in the event that Luke Altmaier is not ready to be the starter, have a starter.
I mean,
it would be incredibly irresponsible if Ole Miss wasn't recruiting a quarterback either at the high school level or through the transfer portal.
Look at Mississippi State this past offseason. Will Rogers had a lot more reps than did Luke Altmaier, but State still went out and got Jack Abraham just as an insurance policy. I mean, you're right. Irresponsible is a good word. You put on a tie. I missed that.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Just threw me off for a second there. But yeah, it would be irresponsible. That's a good word. You need a veteran. You need a guy who's taking more snaps than Altmaier. And if Altmaier can beat this guy out and win the job, great. It sets up an interesting thing with Arch Manning should he decide to go to Ole Miss. But if he doesn't, then you got the insurance policy there.
Lane Kiffin will make how much money in
7.5?
2022?
$7.5, $8 million.
So $7.5 million if he wins a game in Atlanta. It's 7.6. If they get to a bowl game, it's 7.7. With a decent year, he could get paid $8 million. Point being, what does he get paid $8 million to do?
Win, baby, win.
To win. Despite what Dabo Swinney's clown, hypocritical self says about academics, you get paid that gaudy salary to win. And if they are not 100% convinced that this is their best option that will help them win next year, they have to find a better option. There is no more building. There's no more developing. You've seen it with your own eyes. Florida went to the SEC East Championship last year. The next year, Mullen is fired before the season's over. The goal is to win. You get paid stupid salaries to win. That is your only job. Win.
Yep.
And do whatever it takes to win, regardless of whose feelings it hurt, regardless of anything else, where the players come from, who they are, who their brothers are, who their dads are. You get players that will help you win as fast as possible. Or else you're looking for jobs and going to the Nick Saban coaching rehab again.
Can you be a two-time visitor?
I think Nick would take him.